These people out here work. Me tell you, maybe nimeshtuka. Like, watu wana struggle. Like it's work. They work.
She's making it sound like we're in the plantation.
I'm not but they work.
Sunday wind down, Ida with the voice on the speaker, Sunny on the mic and it's all round. Conversations are bigger, so fill my cup. I'm already tuned in all the way up. Can't stop listening now.
Hey guys, welcome to the Sunday Wind Down podcast. I'm your girl Ida Alicia.
I'm DJ Sunny Sestuki, and today we have a special guest.
Kate the actress.
Come on now, go girl. We're so honored to have you, Kate, and we're thankful for you making time. I know your schedule's busy, but we just, we couldn't do this one without you. Mostly this episode here, Sunny.
Yep.
Because this episode is about friendship, and what a better guest to have on the show than Kate when we're discussing this. We have all created a friendship over the years, and we just wanted to talk about friendships that have carried you through life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's what we're talking about today. If it's your first time here, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to leave some love for our very lovely guest, Kate the actress.
Now, before we go too much further, I want to acknowledge the traitors. Because this podcast is called Sunday Wind Down. I'm the only one drinking wine.
If one day he drinks wine, now we are traitors.
So,
Is that what you call it? Jesus?
Water. Water.
That's crazy.
This is ice water. Water on the blocks.
on the
rocks.
Girl, you're trying to move bricks? Is that what you're doing on the block?
I'm Jenny from the block.
That's crazy. Kate, you actually just came from London. How was that?
It was a bit of experience.
Kwa nini accent zina change with every?
Mimi nakwambia by the way, sasa niko hivi nashindwa niongea London ama ni. Anyway, it was a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
I had so much fun, but London is expensive.
Really?
So expensive. And I kind of feel like Europe is a bit overrated.
Oh.
Like what you expect and what you see.
Vituko ground
is different. But it was a very beautiful experience, just meeting Kenyans in the diaspora in London. We had an amazing time. They're so warm. I felt loved. So it was a beautiful experience.
That's awesome. I mean,
off my bucket list, London is done.
Off your bucket list. Yes. That was in your bucket list. You went to Paris too.
Oh yeah. Girl.
How was that? Girl, you're just a globetrotter at this point.
No, Paris was good. Mm-hmm. I think it's the food. For me, I'm a foodie, of course, So Paris for me, it was just a beautiful experience when it came to like cuisine, French cuisine.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. So for me, we had an amazing time. Of course, I was with Joy Candy. Yes. I was able to document it better. It was just a beautiful experience.
That's awesome.
A fulfilling experience. And I got to see the Eiffel Tower, which can be a bit underwhelming. Because the way you think, in a country like you can get to your steam and you can on a light.
Oh, it has lights.
Yeah, and even though matter, iko na technology.
I didn't even know iko na matter.
Ukipiga kikingio yetu, tunajua ile tunasemanga ni Eiffel Tower.
Hiyo chana.
Zile kwa kamulu huko juu.
Watu wasikimo unawaambia msishinde mkitravel already you are in the Eiffel.
Hiyo kikitu tukakichukua tuweke pale Moi Avenue tukiweke mataa. Ni Eiffel Tower.
Bas.
That is wonderful. But right now, if you're just watching or listening to this, we are recording in Raleigh, North Carolina. We have the pleasure of having Kate the actress with us on her tour, and we don't take it lightly.
Yeah.
Kate, you just left Texas, Houston, Texas. How was that experience for you?
First and foremost, kwa nini mko weather ni kama oven?
I know, kuna joto.
Oven ukipika nyama. I'm like, why?
Yeah, it's summer, girl.
These guys suffer. Don't ask them for money. They suffer. It's bad.
People in Houston, eh?
Yeah, the weather. For me, it's the weather. But the people, oh my goodness, just meeting people in the diaspora, and they've just been seeing you virtually, and they eventually you get to interact, and they feel your energy, you feel their energy. That was very fulfilling for me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sunny, we both had the pleasure to be, and I'm sure you're aware, but we have the pleasure to be part of the Miss Kenya USA 2023. And Kate was the honorable judge, which was such a good experience.
Oh my God.
I was hosting, getting to share a stage with somebody that you consider not only a friend, but just a big influence in your life. And even in the industry is something you can't take lightly. You know what I'm saying? And so it was such an honor. But yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah, and for me also just witnessing her growth and who she's become, you know, it was just like so beautiful to watch. And I'm just like, oh, I felt like, oh, that's my little girl. Like she's grown now. She's gotten her own wings and she's flying. And I'm very, very proud of her.
So it was almost like, how did you feel? What feeling did you get? Because I know you and Ida, you were close. I mean, you're still close, but you were also close back in Kenya before Ida moved to the US.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, obviously, you had seen Ida flourish in Kenya. And then, obviously, those of you that have tuned into this podcast have known of all the struggles, especially, everyone goes through struggles when they come to the diaspora.
Right.
Yeah.
But we have been vocal about our struggles, my struggles, Ida's struggles.
Yeah.
So, obviously, you have intimate details about her struggles.
Yeah.
And now you come back and you are judging Miss Kenya USA and Ida is hosting. And it happened to be a happenstance. It's not like mulipanga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
So what feeling were you getting coming to this juncture at this point in your life?
It's still so surreal to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's destiny. And the most beautiful thing about friendship is growth. When you see how much you've grown together, like the distance didn't even change a thing. But it's the way she's grown so much. She is like a mom to me now. Look, I'm not saying you're old, but she has different perspective in life. And when we got the news, I knew I was going to be a judge, but I didn't know she was going to be a host. So when your coffee called and she's like, oh, but Ida is hosting, I'm like, what? Okay, wow, like it's. I don't
Such
even
a
understand.
dream.
I don't know how to. It's a dream, like she says, right? It's a dream.
It's such a dream. And we are talking about friendship. And we have very pivotal people in our lives that we both have enjoyed just life together in our struggles and all that. Kate, what would you tell, and I guess Sunny, I'd ask you the same question. What would you tell people who feel like, you know, people who are used to seasonal friendships, you know, and we all are there. There's some people who are seasonal in your life and it's okay. But like, what would you tell people who are just used to seasonal friendships? People who don't put in time, just goes, you know, it's just a friendship, like zero expect. Like, what would you tell people like that, having experienced a friendship that has lasted over 10 years, you know? Like, what do you feel like are the lessons that you have learned from a long-lasting friendship, choosing to not let go of friends along the way?
I feel like just like a romantic relationship, the same energy you put in, you should apply the same in your platonic friendships and friendships, like deep friendships. And it's work, just like a relationship and a romantic one at that. It's work. You have to put in work. It's symbiotic. You have to be able to pour into each other. If you feel like you're drained, it's one-sided. It's not a friendship. And like you said, the same seasonal, people can be in your life for a moment. And it doesn't mean that they're bad. It means like you have outgrown that season of your life, or they have outgrown that season that you were there. There was a purpose, the reason why. And sometimes they don't have to be nasty at all. They don't have to be. I don't know why we think like anything, like when people are not like in the same space, no, it's nasty. It's same like marriage, and you know. Yeah. But the most important thing is pouring into each other and putting in the work. Like your intention about, I need to check on my friend and I need to know how she's doing. It's not like, okay, bye. Like go a step further, like check. Like it's work. She can tell you, like, we've really had to work on it.
Yeah, and I think friendships have to be intentional. You have to
very
be very
intentional, right?
And something I realized about friendships recently, I've gone through my fair share of different friends. And some friends have turned into colleagues. Some have remained friends. And one thing I've come to realize is there's a lot of people we encounter in our lives that will tell you, if you're ever in a bind, call me. If you ever need a hand, call me. And you test those people with smaller things. You test them with, you know, I need to, I need help moving. Or I need to get this piece of furniture from downstairs to upstairs. And then they don't come through for you, right? And then over time, you end up having a handful of people that have never told you that, yo, hit me up if you, But anytime you've called them, you know what? They're there. And I've come to realize that sometimes true friendship, just like the two of you, are not necessarily people within your geographic region. And I learned that last week? Hata nimesahau niliolewa siku gani.
Yo, me as
Ama niliolewa siku gani. You know, it's the same. It's 2023. It's the same.
Walileta dawa nilini samaki.
Mimi ndo nilipa.
Niligongwa bro.
Niligongwa.
Wanaweza kukuleta. walimleta banga chipili za omena. June akidimkoa.
Na ndio walikuwa wanafaa hizo wa Brian.
Yeah, he's a guy.
Wakamchota.
Nililipa.
Wakurudishia to Mexico.
But if you don't know, we just celebrated June and Sunny's wedding last weekend.
Thank you.
Sunny, if you like it, then you should have put a ring. Onyesha ring juu ulilike. Tuonyesha pete ama wafikiria tunasema rumors.
Kama unaweza iona. And for those of you tuning in on audio only, just imagine there's a ring on my finger.
There's a ring on his finger.
Kwani YouTube iko na free mode?
No, si pia tuko Google Podcast, na Spotify,
Apple
and
Podcast.
Apple Podcasts,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, but Sunny, what you said was actually quite you're right. People were not in your, and you're really close friends. I know we're close. Like you have very few
So my
that are
groomsmen,
close. Yeah.
coming to that exact point,
Yeah.
there's only one of my groomsmen that is local.
Yeah.
The rest of them live in other states.
Okay.
These are the people I talk to often.
Yeah.
These are the people I connect with on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Our conversations are meaningful. And these are the people who will book a flight tomorrow for me,
Yeah.
should I get into a bind. Now, does that mean I don't have friends that are local? I do, obviously.
Yeah.
But my point is, your circle doesn't have to be local, so you
Right.
don't have to force yourself to be around people
Exactly.
that are around you. Nowadays there's FaceTime.
Yeah.
What were Android or FaceTime? Nowadays there's
Unajua
FaceTime.
ninafanya kazi ya unanifanya photo. But it's true. It's and talking about like geographic or whatever distance and stuff like that.
Right.
And friendship is about quality. It's not the quantity. You
Yeah.
can have as many, but you know they're not your friends. And also something else that I have come to learn or realize is that it's not about the time you've been friends. Because sometimes we feel like constricted, like I've known this person for so long, but they're not serving you anymore. So unaona like tumetoka day one, well tumefika shuka. You know? For me, I'm realizing like it's okay, because if you're no longer pouring into me the way I pour into you, then I don't care how long. Because there are people walk into your life in months and they are just like amazing.
Yeah.
Right. And
You
I
know.
feel like Sunny is one of those people to me that like how we met and then like we had a if you've already watched this podcast, you know when we met we didn't like each other. And right now I can't make any life decisions without calling this man. I'm like, hello, I'm trying to do this. Is this a wise decision? But like I just moved to North Carolina and then I met him and then quickly I was like, wow, this is different. I really like this. Like it's a good, purposeful and genuine friendship.
True.
Every time that I've lived here for almost 9 years.
Already.
Imagine. Every time that I have moved,
Yeah.
every time that I've bought a new car or even whatever car business, anything that I've done with those things, Sunny has been very pivotal. I have had boyfriends in my life, even with Sunny being present. But the thing is, these things are, you can have a relationship, but they don't feed you the same way a friendship is feeding you.
True.
And that's, so yes. Sunny met in very short time. We created a bond, and then you just choose. You choose to be there. It's not we're hanging out. Let's take a picture for social media.
Yeah.
Half the time we realize we don't even have pictures
don't.
together. It's like, whoa, we have to
Exactly.
purpose to take.
Yeah.
It's not for the gram, like you said. It's not. It's you have to be genuinely invested.
Yeah.
And to speak on this, I was talking to a friend of ours, and I was like, I feel like sometimes friendship gets a little bit exhausting when I'm having to always make the plans.
Yeah.
If I'm always checking on you, Sunny, and you don't check on me, I'm human too. I'm gonna get to a point I'll be like,
It's two-way.
wacha know you. And even I was talking to a friend of mine and I was like, girl, I invite you everywhere. You never show up. And I get life happens, but I feel like if you're like, hey, you invited me, I can like communication also kind of builds friendships, because I don't want to feel like you don't value my time.
Yeah.
I'm cooking at my house. I've invited 4 people, you're the 5th. I'm gonna plan for you. Give me a call and be like, hey girl, can make you not after I have cooked, it's 4 p.m. and then you're like, so little things like those could easily break a friendship, but like being purposeful about that. Do you think that sometimes we let go of friendships quicker than we should be?
Personally, I don't. Because I feel like I invest a lot in a friendship. Like because we pick our friends and we say, like, this is my friend. I feel like I pour myself into that friendship. I want to do everything like to make it work. I will not let go easily. And I will work on it. I think I would let more romantic relationship end than a friendship.
True.
So once I let it go, I know I've given it my best. Like I'm just like, you know what? It's
I've done my
okay.
bit.
Yeah. So I'm not very quick to like dismiss, but you have to do something drastic, because friendship and loyalty is something like it's non-negotiable for me. Loyalty is non-negotiable, because once you're my friend, like, I got you, you will never hear nothing. Like, every step of the way, I'll support you. I got you. So when that is not served anymore, I don't feel anything. Like, I'm just like, okay, it's the end.
We're done here.
We're done.
What about you, Sunny? Do you think you've had friendships that you have prematurely let go of, or how do you feel about that? Because, like, sometimes as a person, I would be going through some shit and you don't even know.
Yeah.
And then every time you invite me somewhere, I'm like, bro, I can't show up.
But I think
communicate
with friendships,
you're right.
With friendships, it's very rare to find a friendship that you're both equally invested in.
Yes.
So a lot of friendships you find one person is more invested than the other.
Yeah.
Either I'm more invested than my friend, or my friend is more invested than me.
Yeah.
So if I'm more invested than my friend, then I'll feel like my friend is taking me for granted, because again, they always don't want to hang out. Like, I'm an afterthought.
Yeah.
Right.
Or vice versa. Maybe I'm less invested. Someone may think, hey, uni beshte yangu sana. Now me, I'm just like, yeah, this is just someone I know.
Yeah.
So finding that,
balance.
Kate used a big word, so just symbiosis. Finding that symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
But is like finding that where both of you instantly click and connect, and you're equally giving each other. That is when friendship grows. But not all friendships end up being that way, because again, people have different priorities in life, different things.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what the secret formula is for two people to symbiotically want to be around each other and help each other and be there for each other. So I think it's really a matter of how invested are you both equally.
Exactly.
Do you think one side could be, and I say this now, flip side, you're not gaining from this friendship or whatever. Sometimes one party could be doing too much. They're too present. Is there anything that's, I guess, is there too present in a friendship? That's the question. Too present than they should be.
Yeah, I have been. I think I'm like that when I start a friendship. Like,
I think I'm like that, and that's why I'm asking.
I'm like, okay, I don't know.
I'm like, anything you want.
Yeah.
And people are like, hold on.
Yeah, because I think it's just like a romantic relationship. We have attachment, anxious attachment style.
Yeah.
Because you have issues you're dealing with. Of course, you have background and baggage. So when you get people, you don't want to, like, you hold on too tight, and it can be a problem. And I love being in friendships where they extend grace. They know, like, that one, like, she's like that.
And but she rides for me.
Yeah, she rides for you. She'll be like, this time we cannot hang out. I'm doing something. I'll be like, okay. And I'm like, okay, I'll find something to do.
Me too. In fact, I get pissed. I'm like,
yeah, Kitambo will be overthinking. I'm like,
to your points, Ida and I have had this conversation, maybe more than once, where a good friendship is one where you know the good things about each other, but you also know each other's weaknesses.
Yes.
So, for example, if I know that there are certain traits about Ida that she gets attached too quickly to friendships, or maybe she'll want to go and she'll get overly above. Yeah. And I'm more chill. Is if you're really going to make this friendship work, then accept people for who they are.
Exactly.
Don't try and make them like you, or make them like someone else.
Exactly.
Unajua tu Aida ukuwa hivi, and you can hate her for it or love her for it.
Yeah, that's it.
But I don't.
It's realistic.
Or mimi ukuwa hivi. Watu wanajua mimi, if you text me, you'll get the coldest.
Here's the driest text I've ever received in my life.
Oh my God.
Like, you ask him, hey, are we fighting? Like, why?
She used to think tumekosana based on my text replies.
Exactly.
But then
I think for us is the way we're so when emotional. We choose, when I say I'm your friend or you're my friend, the way I'm so vulnerable with you, and because of our careers, that's very hard to pick back home, because you don't know who's for you, who's genuine.
Yeah.
So from that vulnerability is just like so important to me, and when that is taken advantage of, you just crash.
Yeah, and I think we spoke about this. Funny enough, we weren't even talking about friendships. We were just talking about situations. But you said something earlier this week about, like, when it's you who's already a star. So people already have a perception of you, and you choose people. Sometimes those people don't believe they're chosen by you. Yeah. Because they already have a perception of you. You already are they're thinking, gosh, you chose me. And she gave me that perspective. I was like, wow, I never think that, because I'm thinking we are equally human. I'm loving you, so you're loving me. No, but some people are like, wow, wow, they're still in awe of you. And I think you opened my eyes because I'm like, well, with that kind of understanding,
you're able to
now I'm able to
grace.
move. Yeah, because I'm like, why is she like this?
Yeah.
Why is she? You know, and Kate is like, first of all, yes, you are genuinely friends with them or him or whatever, but like they still admire that public side of you that people don't get. You know, people. Don't
They're
have
like,
access to.
that's my friend, like, but I know her deeper. Like, she's still, they feel nice, like, like being Beyonce's best friend. You feel like, oh wow, okay, what the world knows, and that's my bestie.
Yeah.
So you extend grace on such friends. You need to understand, like, they still admire you in that way. But the best thing is, like, if you have such friends who will protect you, because the most important thing is, like, people who protect you is the most beautiful thing you can get from a friendship in my career, and just like loyalty, and they're not easy to find. So when you find one or two, you just hold on and hold on and hold on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Friendships being in the public eye can be very tricky. I came to realize from people who have told me my online persona makes people feel like I'm an asshole.
Yeah. People, even close friends to you, have said, Sunny, I thought you were. We're like, well, that's the story of my life, so I really don't care. But Sunny was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because, you know, and you are. And I feel like for you, because when we're outside, he's DJing, right? So he's working. So it's like, yeah, cool, I'm working, right? And you're thinking, wow. Because you're a fan, you're thinking, because you know them from social media, your besties. So,
it's not.
And probably you even replied to a DM. So people are thinking, oh my God, that's my bestie. And then when you come in, you're like, hey, I'm working. They're like,
it's the same thing. We were just talking, and she knows. And I'm not an extra. I am not. Especially around people I don't know. I am not. I don't know how to meet new people. Like, I'm very close.
Yeah.
Until, like, I'm around people I'm comfortable with. Like, so that's when you'll experience me. But that came with my job. I had to learn how to protect myself, you know, because you open up and then it's used against you and stuff like that. So you want a very small circle, because when you hear something, you know where it's coming from.
You know exactly.
I had to learn and learn
I have
first.
a question. Do you feel like, was that a trauma response? Getting into a shell? Was that a trauma response of something that had happened in a friendship, or is just who you've been always?
I have always been an extra, like, you know,
in public places. We both know that.
And overshare, like, something I've learned to never, like, I will never. Oh my gosh, it always bites me in the ass.
I think I'm still very people personish. Like, especially when I'm done with my set,
You're good
I
now.
like to go and interact with people and everything like that.
I don't like that.
I
don't like. I'm not able to do that,
yeah.
and people don't understand, because they see me on social media and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" And then you meet me, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm boring. I'm just like,
you're just sitting
but
there.
now when I see my peeps, that, like, the ones who know me, like, I'm just like, oh my god.
So is that a trauma response?
It's a trauma response, because I used to have, like, many friends. Like, you know, my house used to be like, I accommodated like 15 friends.
But then we used to party
in my house
every weekend.
And then I got to a point, and then you don't understand, like, the level you're on in the industry, and now, like, you keep hearing things, you're being vulnerable with the wrong people. People don't understand you. So I felt like, oh, you know what, I'm done with this life. And then luckily, then I was dating someone who's also an intro, so, like, he really helped me. Really helped me to just, like, cut down. If someone is not, like, helping you, why do you want to be around so many people?
Listen, if people can take the Bible and misinterpret it, then people can take what you say and misinterpret it, and the next thing you know, someone has said, Kate alisema XYZ.
Hata hapa kwa hii podcast, mtu tu anaweza pick kitu moja na ananayo. But nimezoea, say tuseme, it's been like 15 years in the industry, like, what has not been said about me?
Yeah,
like, I'm just like, I do not feed it, I don't care for it, I don't care, as long as mimi nakula na and I'm still making my money. You have every right to, like, interpret me the way you want.
Right.
But it will not affect me. You know, like, I will not water it at all.
Yeah, that reminds me, because Sunny, you know, in 2020 when we had the COVID, I can't believe I said the COVID, like old people. The vid. When we had COVID, we were all stuck indoors. For us here in America, Clubhouse was such a big thing. I pulled you into Clubhouse, Sunny. I was like, Sunny, come here. And it's an audio app where, this is not a paid ad, by the way. It's an audio app where you just interact with people in real time. And I recently just got a text and somebody said, wow, ulitoka Clubhouse ukaringa. No, I just actually realized that you guys are not on my level. Some of you guys, I was lowering who I am to relate to you. But then you already start, and I mean this with so much love, and I'm sure you both understand me. When people come to you thinking, a celeb, and then you are thinking, no, I don't want to be a celeb. I want to be a person like you.
Yeah.
I want my opinion to be
Niketa alisema.
See, Alisha. And you know, I'm like, no. So I recently got a text saying, ulitoka Clubhouse ukaringa. I actually, and you know me, I don't give two rants about anything. I'll tell you how I feel and what I think. I said, hey sir, no, I didn't change. It's the access that you had to me that was changed.
The access. And
it's the boundaries that I have decided to build. Because now these people were, and don't get me wrong, I have met amazing people through that app. But the ones who feel some type of way are the ones who were not close. So you just used to see me there, and now you feel like we're buddies now. I don't talk to you now. You feel like what was virtual?
Honestly, Clubhouse to me, since we're on that topic, was just a bunch of inflated egos.
That's true. Oh
just,
my God.
Will you get Clubhouse?
I don't know.
I know. I did pull.
She mentioned it, and I was like, "What's that?"
She was like, "I'm not doing it." But I did pull in Phil and Abel and a bunch of people after the film Click Click Bang. If you haven't watched that film, please go see it. They killed me. You have to watch it. It's Phil It Productions. But I did pull them in, and we had a whole platform for Phil It talking about the film. Which got really good reception because we here in America would love to continue enjoying our content, but back home. But you guys have, what is that called? The thing, not Netflix, was Showmax. You guys have Showmax. We don't have access to Showmax, so we don't really watch or consume Kenyan content as much as we would love. And then Phil It gave us this opportunity where they sold a link. So a bunch of us bought the link to watch the movie and just be partly Kenyan. And so having Phil and Abel come to the app and talk about the film, and we had some of the stars. Basil was in there. Some of the stars came in, and it was beautiful, just that connection. But again, I think I learned that that's the only connection you need with that app. That little
drawing the line for your fans and you as a person. Like, where do you draw the line when it comes to interaction? Because there's something I learned, and I had to learn it fast. And I remember Theo told me, and I used to get so irritated sometimes. I'm in a bad mood, I'm shopping, maybe my child is sick, I'm in a hospital, but a fan is a fan, and I have to be happy. And I used to be like, get so pissed. But he told me, like, imagine you're shopping, yes, you're in a bad mood, in a hospital, but you see Beyonce walking.
Yeah, girl, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Like,
girl,
like security will like literally like carry me out. So having that, I kept every time I would meet someone and I'm not in the right mood, I'll be like, I breathe and then just give them that smile, because that is the first time, that's your first interaction. But also it would only be fair for them to like understand that you're human. I'm in a hospital. Asking me for a selfie in a hospital. I'm holding my child. I'm not gonna give you one. Nowadays I'm like straight up like
sorry, no.
And I love being told unaringa. When Kenyan told you squeeze unaringa, you're doing something right. You're succeeding.
Well, hello.
Ukisikia mtu akikwambia Kenya you're humble, wewe umebeat. Akia wanakuanga wa humble.
No, uko sawa.
Ama una share too much, wamewazoea. So hiyo mzoeano, huyo anakuanga humble, hiyo mzoeano ni humble or umebeat. Those two things. But ukisikia huyo anaringa, you're like, oh, you do something right.
But think about it, even in real life, if anybody sideline being a celebrity, if anybody has that much access to you, there's a problem. You can't have 50 people have the same access to you.
No, you can't.
Like, you must be sick in the head, because like people come with different energies and different demons.
I've learned the hard way, knowing that privacy is power. Because when I'm happy, I really want to overshare. When I'm like down, I really want to overshare, especially with the people I love. But now I'm learning to like control what I can share and what is just for me. So I'm learning that it's a process. And it's hard, especially if you're just a person who wants to speak about your emotions. It's really, really
you just
hard.
have to find the right people to share with.
And they're very hard to find.
True.
And that's why
the true friendships matter.
It's like 3 or 4 people. And you're good with that. Sunny, you know I don't care to add any more friends on my list.
I'm okay with one. Like, honestly,
I'm good.
Now I'm okay with one.
Do you see why we're friends? Like, I don't care, man. Like, you guys can have 55 friends. Me, I know if I'm doing a show, I can pull a crowd. That's not my friends. But friends is who I call when I'm breaking down, when I'm crying tears. I'll overshare a little bit on this podcast, and it's been 9 years. But every time I'm going through something that's really, really big or detrimental to my life here in America, somehow, and this might sound even made up, but somehow Kate has called me in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I'm breaking up. Like, I can't believe you called me, because, like, you know. And
how did you know? And I'm just like, I don't know.
And it's
Someone was
happened, like,
telling me, like,
10
I'm not okay.
times.
You're not okay. Are you okay?
And she'll call me at 3 a.m. She's like, I can't sleep, and you're in my mind. I'm like, girl, I don't know, I'm going through it, you know. But for you to get a connection that's that strong, you're doing something right. You know, you guys, I love this too with all my heart. You want to try them, you gotta come to me. And you know me, I can throw some hands.
You can.
So I'm not playing, but in this, I just want to also appreciate our friendship. Sunny, I've known you for the 8 years, 9 almost. I've been here. I honestly, I cannot imagine North Carolina without you. I don't know what my life will be. Oh my God, I'll be so bored. Oh my God, it will be such a shit show. You have also taught me so many things that I don't think I would have had the chance to learn. Even just being in America, it's new. And for you, Kate, all the how many years have we been?
It was many years.
It's been I almost feel like it's 15 years and I'm 31. No, I started mother-in-law when I was 18. So still 18 or 19. That I was just turning 19, right?
Yeah,
so
19.
All those years, you've constantly just been, we've done a lot of growth, but you've just always constantly been like, quote unquote, a mother. You know, as much as in fact, I feel like motherly vibes more. Because, like, when I joined the industry, I didn't have anybody to hold my hand. And the industry is crazy.
It's crazy. People feel threatened. Like, if she came to set and I felt like, we almost have the same vibe. Is she here to take my spotlight?
That's humanity. That's humanity. That's just how humans are. Like, it happens in the DJing industry all the time.
Oh my God, I remember.
Yeah, you get on set and you're on there. Everyone else on there is going to get threatened, and that's something I have to constantly remind myself. Like early in my career, I know I would get there and someone I don't know gets there and I would feel intimidated. In my
it's
in my
very natural
days.
to feel like that, but you don't have to act on it.
You don't have to act on it, and then you also have to believe in yourself.
Exactly.
That hey, I got this. You know what I mean?
So when she walked in, I was like, I felt like a responsibility. Like, I'm gonna take care. I'm gonna show you you're okay. And I think I believe in myself so much. Like, before you make me feel some type of way, it's gonna take a lot. But I've been on sets where I feel like, am I good enough? And I have to go back and remind myself, I am good enough.
But all this to say, just even as the big one, because by the time I was joining the show, she was already a brand, you know? And she was one of the main characters. Like, she had a say. So just to say that even just taking me under your wing, because I was doing stage plays and I had only done like 1-2 show on TV that I don't even talk about. It was on BBC, you guys. The nonsense I did on that show. But having somebody to hold your hand in this fucking industry that's insane, and we cuss here, it's okay, it's PG. Industry that's so insane, men want a piece of you. Women are threatened by you. People want to break you down. And having a support system that then becomes not only like a guardian angel on your career, then becomes a friend and is invested in your day-to-day life. I was reminding Kate, girl, we were not rich. We used to sleep on a mattress in my mother's house on the floor because we were poor. And she was there. So me being in a big restaurant or being in Texas with the person that was there when we were sleeping on the floor or mattress, it's not just Maze, it's a dream. And also to just give you your flowers for being consistent. I've been away for years.
And we've not. And another thing, it's not been a perfect friendship. There's a time we didn't speak to each other for like 2 years.
When I got my first marriage,
how are you gonna count? But I
actually scratch that.
May I interject real quick and tell you, like, a perfect relationship or a perfect friendship is one that you're constantly working on. You know, the one that you abandon because something difficult came your way is not a perfect friendship. So in a way, it has been a perfect friendship because shit's been thrown your way and you've worked through it.
Goodness, we have.
You see what I'm saying? So that people think perfection is when nothing wrong happens and everything is straight and everything is perfect. No, perfection is
perfect imperfection.
Despite everything, you're still standing, and that's perfect.
I think so. And I was just gonna say, we had been fighting on that first marriage. She was not, mind you, she was this person to me, but like to annoy her, she was not on my lineup. When I think right now, I'm like, I'm so glad that marriage didn't work, because I
still showed up, and I was
she
very happy, and I was like,
and I think that shook me. I was like, why is this girl so excited for me? Like, I was looking at her sitting in the audience, and I'm like, not in the audience, but the guest, and I'm like, fuck. I want her here, standing next to me, and all this to say, I told Sunny he has to wear a dress, because I don't give a fuck, he's gonna be a bridesmaid.
Even in my wedding, we were like, John, she wears half a dress and half a suit.
You know, like, what we do?
What does she do?
But I feel like, guys, we are the epitome of realness.
I'm an epitome.
It's actually me. Epitome. I've had this word before, guys. I live in America. I think I got it. If I don't got it, let me just think.
just because we are correct you too.
And I have to comment.
Epitome.
Comments.
But whatever the word is, I think we have surpassed the trial of time. Because time is also a big thing in friendships. We've taken, and then we've also known how to be real with each other without egos. You know, me, I'll just come to you and tell you, I'm feeling like this. Like,
that's what I love about her, because I'm not a great communicator. I wasn't. If I felt something like what I'll do, I'll like withdraw.
Pull back. I'm like,
she used to she communicates her boundaries, and she's like, I don't like this, and she will address it, like, let's talk about it, like, why are you mad? What's going on? Why are you pulling away? So I've learned how to like also like reach out. But I also realized, like, just like maybe when you're dating someone, a relationship or marriage, like, things do come to an end, and you don't have to look like, instead of flogging a dead horse, I don't know what it's called. It can expire, and it's okay. It's okay, especially if you're feeling some type of way. You should like just leave. And it's hard. Actually, I was telling someone, I don't know what type, we were talking with Gadoni, and I was telling her, platonic friendships, when they break, they hurt more.
Painful.
It feels like worse than a breakup, because that's the person you run to when your love life is not working. Like, they know more than your husband, your boyfriend. It's actually very, very painful.
I remember one time I fought with June. I almost lost my mind. Sunny was just sitting there in the middle, like,
and now he can't talk to you.
What the fuck? And Sunny was like, you're both grown, you're gonna talk this. It was so weird. But I feel like also what you said, once you put work, it's some things you can't lose. I cannot imagine losing June in my life. What the fuck she thinks she's going? Can you imagine losing you guys?
An ego. If you have an ego in friendship, that wouldn't work. It's like the same with marriage. Like, you cannot have egos in friendship. Like, you have to like let your guard down, like, apologize when you're wrong, like, reach out. But anyway, let
me ask you guys this real quickly. What are the three that will come on top of your mind right now? 3 boundaries that you need to set when it comes to friendships.
Boundaries
that you need to set when it comes to friendship.
3 boundaries you need to set when it comes to friendship.
I feel like, I don't know how to put it, like, when in a relationship, like, that you have to differentiate. Like, let's say Sunny is my boyfriend and you're my friend. Like, there has to be a boundary in terms of like the things we talk about. And I know it's hard. Like, June will always share.
No, but if she doesn't, I'll tell him, and you'll be like, hey,
no, even boundaries. Like, I feel like it's like, you know, we Africans. There was a reason why there were those boundaries in the first place. I feel it's important. Like, your friend should not feel so entitled about your relationship.
Oh no, for sure.
I share with you because I'm vulnerable with you, but you cannot use that against our relationship. Like, that doesn't make
more than often it happens that if you two are dating and I tell you he's gonna have an opinion, you're gonna forgive me, but he's never going to. If maybe I'm doing something wrong.
It's like if
he doesn't know me
together
like
and then he hits, not hit me is you can go and tell. Or we are fighting and then you go tell your parents. They're never gonna see him the same way. It's same with friendships. Like, if I tell my boyfriend about Ida, some things it'd be like, and your friends, like,
it'd be like, then you're the same way.
You're the same way.
So, well, that's a good boundary to set.
I also feel like having set boundaries in terms of financial things. Like, if we agree that you're having a tough time, and I give you $1,000, then set a boundary that I'll pay you. Like, if someone gives you money, pay it back. And if you take money from your friend, pay, like, just, and if you do business together, Ida and I have done business together. We are very transparent, and if the money is available right then and there, if it's not available, we communicate. The money is not available now, let's do it this time. But in that sense also, it develops a lot of respect towards each other, because you know, hey, mtu ananiheshimu because I lent them 500, or we did a business thing together and everything was transparent. And also, if one forgets, like, don't feel like unajua ni best yangu wacha tu ikae, step up and say ile do iko aje, you know what I'm saying?
And she said that with me, when she came out here, I was like, so I was not very good. I remember spendthrift, so I knew that my friend is called me, because I'd be like, I want to make a 20,
and I would be like, girl, here you go.
Then she sends again, she's like, wewe pesa yangu utarudisha, and I'm like, ndakutumia, and I delay. And then I just told her when I came in, I'm like, you know what, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Because you put in a lot of work. You people work. And I don't know why back home, we honestly, and I'm also like part of that, feel entitled. Like,
things are just...
We were in a family.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have so much respect that she even could take that money and send it to me. When I knew deep down I didn't need it, it's because I've misspent mine. That's why I want to go out. And I feel like, that was a sacrifice.
But for me, I feel like that part was not so much me wanting it back, because I remember when I was down bad, it was one of those, I can never repay you. Girl, if you pay this money, that's fine. If you don't, girl, it is what it is. But like, when somebody has been there for you,
but
like
Sunny, let's not tell me keep it, but do it, pay it back.
I think that's a good boundary to set too.
So
like you've been there,
just knowing that, hey, and then even if say one friend is super successful and the other one is still coming up, then not just taking for you are on a pesa, that kind of thing.
Guys, these people out here work. Me, I tell you, maybe like, I was strong. Like it's work. They work.
She's making it sound like we're in the plantation.
I'm not but they work. Like they work.
No, like we literally work for every minute.
Guys see me working, and I'm like, guys, I don't even work. When I come back home, like I'm gonna be like, now, like
you be crazy,
because these guys work. So when you're back home there, before hit mtu mwambie nitumie pesa, and if they can't, you feel some type of way. Imagine, haezi your time. Bills.
So speaking of that, our podcast, we focus a lot on Kenyans in the diaspora,
right?
And a lot of our topics revolve around that.
Yes.
Is this your first time in the US?
It's my first time.
It's your first time.
Yes.
So give us a few observations, like where we're coming straight from Kenya. This is your first time in the US. What are some things that you've observed that you're just like flabbergasted about?
Okay. The working thing.
Like you're surprised.
I cannot. I feel so spoiled back home. Like we are so spoiled. That is one. So I have much more respect. It's not like I didn't have it, but now I have much more respect. Like,
you're more aware.
Yeah, I am. Oh my gosh, you guys really put in work, and I see it now. Two is the boundaries, like the way people communicate boundaries here, like it's a thing, in a country like back home, like
it is.
The way people, even like a little kid will tell you, like, I don't want to do that because 1 to 3. Like what? That's a thing. People are not entitled. Like people like actually make an effort to communicate how they feel. I feel like that's a take home for me.
That's good.
To be more intentional in setting my boundaries. Number 3 is BBL.
Yo, she be walking around in the mall. They're like, oh, that's a nice BBL. I'm like, it's a real. It's a real ass, y'all.
That's
I'm so exhausted because they used to think. So now I'm walking with her. It's like I'm flat.
But they are the ones in Nairobi with BBL billboards.
We were shocked when we came home. We're like,
what are the billboards for BBL?
Yeah.
At the BBL for 2000.
So that was one. I don't say, yo, that as
and then wakiona huyu wanafanya sama. God, did you see? I'm like, yo, nigga, relax.
But anyway, that was funny.
But
those, I think for me, it's those two, like respect for Kenyans in the diaspora and how hard they work, and 2, just like how to communicate boundaries. Like here, like it's a good culture.
You've grown so much. I look at you with so much admiration. Like, I mean, I get you've taught me so much, but you've grown so much. It's insane to me.
I have.
It's so beautiful.
Please watch me in the therapy, because we keep talking about the therapy. This
even me, I told you the one time I was like, girl, no, you go in.
She told me like, when do you want to go?
And I was like, in.
Yeah, it has really helped me. And I think back home, like it looks like it's a strange thing, and also people say it's expensive. But I think even just talking to a counselor who understands like what could be wrong with you and what measures you should take to like deal with your background and baggage, which is very, very important.
And therapy is cheaper than a BBL, I think.
But baby, I will get you more attention.
Wow, girl. Thank God you don't.
But no, we don't need
beg
it.
from the
But it would not be an honor, Sunny, for us to finish this podcast without talking about you, Kate, and all the work you've put in.
Thank you.
So, most of you maybe probably already know Kate from the very famous show, which I feel like was a big step in
It
your
was,
career,
it was.
which was the show Mother-in-Law, and she was acting the part Selena. And Selena, people still will call you Selena.
It was a sensation.
You gave that character
I did.
justice.
I did.
You know, and it was beautiful. But right now, Kate is also on Netflix. Hello. I got friends in high places. Thank
Yes.
you, Jesus. She's also on Netflix. She is on Disconnect 1 and Disconnect 2. She's also on a film called Nafsi. And Nafsi is, I feel like I saw your raw emotions in Nafsi.
Yeah.
And I know you had just had your baby. I know
Oh
you
my
had
God. I
a
was
shit
crazy.
ton of emotion.
I was on, what is it called?
Postpartum
depression. I was
and
dealing
she
with
had
it.
a film to do, and
Yeah.
the film was not helping because it had a lot of emotion pertaining to children and childbearing, and she had just had a baby.
Thanks, shout out to Bombi Minor for like just
Bombi
being
Minor?
there through the process. Yeah,
Shout
such an
out to
amazing
you.
actress.
She is
She
great.
is, and such a beautiful heart.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I've not met her personally. I'm
Oh my
such a
gosh,
huge
you
fan.
would love her. You guys have boundaries. Like she has boundaries on everything.
She's like, no, don't touch
She
me.
actually also taught me boundaries. She's
That's amazing.
I would go in and like, good morning. Like I have a heavy skin, Kate. So if you just
I'm
like,
trying
let
to
me be
figure
my guide.
golly. I love that, but that just to give you your flowers, that's not the only thing you do. You also happen to be one of the biggest influencers we have that is not just on social media influencer. You're an influencer because of what your job has done.
Yeah.
You're a brand ambassador for Happy, Nice and Lovely. I have so many to call out. You have Infinix right now. Like you have a ton. And for you to be such a powerhouse, and me knowing you personally from how far, when you used to leave your mother's house in Harambe,
She marries.
guy, it's mad.
It's
And just to
mad.
tell you guys, your dreams are valid.
They are valid.
If anything, all of us, because Sunny is a small boy from Eldoret. Hata Nairobi alipitia tu hivi vile alipanda ndege.
Alikuwa mimi ameparara.
Bado anang'oanga. Sometimes he'll say words we're like, guy, you don't say them like that. Like Sunny being such a small boy from Eldoret and building such an empire with his brand, his production brand, his DJ platform. Like, it's crazy. We are literal proof that you can do it.
You can do it.
Your dreams are not too far out of reach.
You can
Just
be
stay
home. You
focused.
can be here. You can be anywhere.
Anywhere. It's possible anywhere in the world.
It is.
If you were to think of one thing, just one, since we're talking about you right now, that has catapulted your success, like what is one thing that you can say, this has been what has helped me the most?
Authenticity.
Amen.
What you see is what you get. I will never change for nothing.
Oh my God, I love that. You know why? Because when you first, and it just hit me, when we first, because it was a show, right?
Yeah.
Mother-in-law won a Kalasha Award, which is basically like the Oscars of Kenya. We were in that show and we went up together, but you gave the speech and you were like, you know what? Thank you guys for celebrating authenticity.
Yeah.
And that has been a word that I've seen you with. So yes. it
And I've
just brings
stuck to
back
that.
memories.
Being authentic, I don't want to be anybody else at all.
You're
I just
okay
want to
being
be
who you
Kate.
are.
I'm okay being me. What you followed me to is what I'm going to give you, but I am growing and I can't like,
you don't.
Yeah, if I don't feel like the certain content is serving me anymore, because it starts with me, I won't do it. I won't act, for example, not to gloat. I'm not going to act poor to show you guys that nataka kuwa humble. No, mimi nikisonga ni tunasonga pamoja. Because I know there are people I'm inspiring, there are people following my journey and they're like, Kate is doing it, I can do it. I'm never going to dim my light. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just going to keep shining up just in my authentic self.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We love to hear it. Sally,
Thank you.
we're all going to do one thing that you'd like to tell the audience about friendship. One thing.
So the one thing about friendship that I can say that comes to my mind right away without me putting too much thought into it is the amount of joy friendship gives me.
Yeah.
And the amount of joy I get from seeing my friends succeed.
Don't get teary. I'm going to start crying.
It's true. Yeah. It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
I love that.
For me is loyalty.
Yeah.
And it can be an undoing.
Yeah.
I never stop.
Yeah.
So for me it will be quality and loyalty. It means the world to me.
And for me, I guess I'll pick communication. I have learned that a lot of the things will be lost in translations just because I didn't tell you how I feel. And I have learned that people are actually okay hearing that you're not okay, and they'll adjust. Like, where am I sitting here sulking because Kate did or Sunny? Sunny doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
So me, I'm hurting, but he's just like, why is Ida hurting her for? But so I have learned to just gently communicate, because I could communicate and I could say it in a really bad way, but I've learned that I already love you. Why would I put you through it? I already love you. Let me communicate gently.
Exactly.
And so that's my lesson.
Like when we are mad at each other, like we've been in different rooms, but I'd rather text it.
Yeah, I'll be like, girl, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? I actually said that jokingly. Oh my God, I'm sorry how you feelings. But I would not have known if you didn't say anything.
And I think once you get to a certain point in friendships, then you realize that, yes, someone may have done something that you didn't appreciate.
Yeah.
But then once you've got to a certain point, you realize, but the intentions were never ill.
Yeah.
So when you go back to alisema hivi, but deep down you know their intention was not to hurt you, then you can try and say, okay, what was their perspective on it?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And anyway, all this to say, I know we are out of time. Thank you for rocking with us. But I just want to say, like, I think one thing I've told, and I had this conversation today with somebody, and I said, me as Ida, me personally, I will never, ever do anything to intentionally hurt you. So if you're my friend, if I say something and you feel some type of way, please let me know. It could be me joking, but then it didn't land well, you know? But me as a person, I will never do anything to intentionally hurt you. And if we all just, well, I don't think it's like across the board, but if we can copy from that, just communicate. Your friends, sometimes it's just a miscommunication. You don't want to lose a friendship that's been 10 plus years, that has fed you all this time, because alisema hakuji.
Exactly.
I have to give Ida her flowers, because in previous conversations, Ida has drawn a very hard line on certain things, and I want to say she has grown so much.
Yeah, she's soft.
Yes. No, she's not soft.
Yeah, she's softness. There's some softness to her.
There's certain growth she has encountered recently that she had drawn a very hard line on. And I had been convincing her of the positives of softening that line.
Oh, you're like, no.
It
wasn't, to me, I felt like it wasn't going anywhere. But again, it goes back to you take your friends as they are, and I did not love her.
You didn't give up on me too.
And I'm actually proud of her growth in her journey.
And that's the fact that you're saying that even when friendships do end, you remember, like, you know that we say in Africa, don't throw away the baby in the water. Like, remember the genuine connection that you had at that time. Give them their flowers. Even when that connection ends, I would never go back and start talking shit about my friend, because that was my friend. That was my friend at that time.
There were good times
and I appreciate like what we had. I will protect them. I will not love them.
From afar you can.
From afar I can. And cheer them. That's one thing I'll never stop doing. But don't. You know, the people like when it ends there, they become like
trashing.
That's it. They can do it, but I'll never do it.
Yeah, true.
Ever.
But all this to say, guys, friendships are important. We're standing here today because we all put work in our friendship.
We did.
You know, it's beautiful that I introduce a friend of 10 plus years to friends of 10, and then they make their own friendship. I'm not even jealous. I just watch you guys. I'm like, it's so beautiful, you know?
Well,
so friendships do work.
Before I finish my wine,
Cheers.
someone has already finished it.
No, I still have a little.
Cheers to friendship.
Cheers to friendship.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, Kate has not heard the Sunday wind down song, so we're going to wrap up, and here's a song that we have for Sunday wind down. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Iko na vocals. Thank
No
you guys.
limba.
Uniwacha hivyo umenikuta wewe.
Naweza sikiza.
I'm